We haven't been able to show our free throw shooting ability. We're second in Illinois in free throw shooting, and we only get to shoot 4.
East St. Louis Lincoln. Now, last night is history. You've got to stop thinking about that. You're in the semifinals. Have you faced a taller team or anybody comparable, and how do you deal with them?
Well, we faced a couple teams almost as tall, and we have faced East St. Louis Lincoln. We played them in a Christmas tournament in the semifinals, and Lincoln prevailed by 8 points. We think we're a better team now. We have one difference in our lineup, and I notice they're starting the same lineup. We hope they're just as good as they were at Christmas, and we hope we're a little bit better now.
And you hope again to control tempo. That's what you did last night?
Primarily, we have to control the tempo because we don't have the size to go with them.
Thank you, Mr. Musician.
Thank you, Tim.
Head coach Leggett of the Quincy Blue Devils. Now joining me is Benny Lewis, the man who's been around East St. Louis Lincoln for a long time. He already has one Class A double championship in his pocket, trying for number 2. You saw the Quincy game last night, Coach. What did you think? They're better than they appear, aren't they?
Well, yeah, we know about Quincy. They played down in Collinsville tournament, and they play real well in that. They're a good scrappy ball club. They don't make too many mistakes. They shoot their free throws well, and they got some real good ball handlers.
Benny, what kind of impact did your game have yesterday on your team? You got behind by 16 points early, came storming back, used a lot of man-to-man pressure. Did it help instill even more confidence? I know a team with only one loss must have a lot already.
Right, well, we got behind, and we got a little afraid there for a while, but I just got the guys in at halftime and just told them, hey, we just have to go back and do the things we've been doing all year. We kind of deviated from what we was doing a little bit, so we just had to go back to it, and we went back to it, and it worked out for us.
And today, of course, you'd like to keep Mr. Ellis out of early foul trouble. That had to kind of gnaw at you yesterday.
Right, yeah, but he played a little, you know, timid after he got the couple of fouls, but after that, we just told him, go right ahead and play like you've been playing, and if you foul out, that's okay. Just do what you can do best.
Coach Lewis, 2 more to go. Good luck.
All right, thank you very much.
That's Benny Lewis of East St. Louis Lincoln. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
How long does a John Deere last?
How long does a John Deere last? How long does a John Deere last? How long does a John Deere last? How long does a John Deere last? Well, come on.
Quincy and East St. Louis Lincoln have played before. 64-56 was the score in the Collinsville Christmas tournament, with LaFonso Ellis getting 25 points and 20 rebounds. Lathan 18 for Quincy. The rematch will be here because Quincy beat Peoria Manual in overtime on a spectacular 24-foot launch shot by James Bailey. If you want to see it, watch it now. Bailey is number 4 in blue for Quincy. That's Peoria Manual in white. Here comes the shot that beat Manual. And with it, the 31-0 season of the Rams was ended. James Bailey, 5'6", miracle worker in the Assembly Hall last night. Coach Geist, what miracle will Quincy have to pull off here?
Well, you know, we have a similar situation this game as we did the first game. I think on paper it looks like East St. Louis is a big favorite. But I know Jerry Leggett's got some sort of game plan that, if executed properly, will keep him in the game and give him a chance.
We're set to meet the players in this game. Here's Steve Adams.
First, for the Blue Devils of Quincy Senior High School, entering this game with a record of 26 wins and 5 losses. Let's meet the head coach at Quincy in his 11th year at the school with a record of 274 wins and 49 losses. Meet Jerry Leggett. And now let's meet the players. First, number 3, a 5'7" senior, Rod Rudd. Number 12, a 5'10" junior, Steve Berry. Number 20, a 6-foot junior, Mike O'Connell. Number 22, a 6-foot freshman, Todd Wemhaner. Number 32, a 6'5" senior, Chris Doan. Number 40, a 6-foot junior, Lyle Martin. And number 44, a 6-foot junior, Todd Thompson. And now the starting lineup for Quincy. At one forward, a 6-foot senior, number 5, Jason Gay.
He had 23 points against Peoria Manual.
At the other forward, a 6'4" senior, number 50, Larry Lathan.
Magnificent shooter, averaging 15 a game.
At center, a 6'2" junior, 52, Bruce Bias.
A strong, slashing rebounder.
At guard, a 6-foot senior, number 10, Chris Jones.
Fine range, averaging 14 points.
And at the other guard, a 5'6" senior, number 4, James Bailey.
He shot Manual through the heart.
Those are the Blue Devils of Quincy Senior High School. And now let's meet the Tigers of Lincoln High School of East St. Louis, entering this game with a record of 26 wins and 1 loss. First, the head coach in his 15th season with a record of 315 wins, 96 losses, Benny Lewis. And now the players. Number 12, a 5'11" senior, Terrence Moore. Number 20, a 6'3" senior, Lee Arthur Washington. 21, a 6'2" sophomore, Vincent Jackson. Number 23, a 6-foot junior, Lawrence Bradford. Number 25, a 6'4" senior, Darnell Baker. Number 43, a 6'7" junior, Bryant Stevenson. And number 44, a 6'4" senior, Carl Brooks. And now the starting lineup for the Tigers of Lincoln High School. At one forward, a 6'8" senior, 22, James Harris.
Averaging 16 points, 11 boards a game.
At the other forward, a 6'7" senior, 42, Chris Rogers.
Had 22 points against Oak Forest.
At center, 6'9.5" and a junior, number 50, LaFonso Ellis.
Averaging nearly 20 points, 19 rebounds a game.
At guard, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Rodney Chavis.
Shoots in better than 10 points a game.
And at the other guard, a 6'1" senior, number 14, Mark Chambers.
The point guard and floor leader.
Those are the Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln. And now the officials for this game, Ruben Norris of Chicago and Nate Humphrey of Bellwood.
It's Quincy and East St. Louis Lincoln next. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
When Ed moved to Wheaton, he thought he was going to have to look high and low for a Country Companies Auto Claim Center. He didn't know that Country Companies has more of them than anyone else in the state. So how about it, Ed? Hard to find?
Nope. It's just 5 minutes from my house. And the Country Companies folks around here are just as friendly.
With the most auto claim centers.
You got the Country Companies.
Biggs Awning and Window wants to help you bring the outdoors inside with a beautiful Riviera screen room. A Riviera screen room is the perfect way to enjoy outdoor living free from insects, sun, or rain, plus add extra living space to your home. With today's high energy and construction costs, a Riviera screen room is the answer with its low cost and energy-saving features. And your family will find it ideal for entertaining, dining, playing, or just plain relaxing. Enjoy outdoor living indoors with a Riviera screen room from Biggs Awning and Window, where quality is first, last, and always.
From Adams County, it's Quincy from the Western Big Six, and their 26th appearance, the most ever in the Final 16. From St. Clair County, East St. Louis Lincoln, and Independent, the Black and Orange, their 5th appearance in the Sweet 16. In the white uniforms, trimmed in orange and black, are the Tigers. They're 26-1. They've lost only to Lincoln High School 55-47. The Quincy Blue Devils in the royal blue trimmed in white are 26-5, and they stunned Peoria Manual in overtime. And there's the quarterfinal shooting. As you can see, Quincy lit it up 60% and 75. Lincoln 39 and 47, yet one. Quincy made its last 12 shots of the game against Manual.
That's incredible anytime during the year or anytime at any game. And the quarterfinal of the state final game, it's just incredible. Makes it even more amazing.
The Tigers tap the ball, but Quincy has it. We start East St. Louis Lincoln 2-3 zone. Bias is in the middle. There's Lathan on the low blocks. Swatted away and fouled by Chris Rogers. Rogers is 6'7", 225.
I think we're going to see a lot of this from the standpoint of block shots because the size differential is incredible. East St. Louis goes 6'8", 6'7", 6'9.5 across their front line, whereas Quincy 6 foot, 6'5", and 6'3".
Quincy, 75% successful free throw shooting team. Lathan is 81%. He won't miss many. This is East St. Louis Lincoln with Chambers with the ball. Chavis, the other guard. The baseline is as big as any you'll ever see in high school. Long one-hander, no good. Rebound, Chris Rogers. Chavis shot a 20-footer. Rogers shot a 3-incher.
Well, there was a mistake right away on the screen out because he was wide open. There really wasn't a Quincy player anywhere near him.
Bias comes to help. Jason Gay to the baseline, up and down. Rebound Bias, swatted away by Ellis. LaFonso, Ellis tips it ahead, but Chris Jones runs it down for the Blue Devils. Bailey at 5'6" there with the ball. He hit that long shot you saw against Manual in the overtime. Jones got in early foul trouble and did a clever thing there, banging the ball off the foot of James Harris. Now it's the zone defense by the Tigers. Ellis is in the middle. Lathan fires outside and home.
Well, this is the nice thing about Quincy. All 5 of their players can hit from the outside. They can all go inside also.
Quincy looks like they answer with a 2-3 zone set. Right down, and Chavis fires one up and in.
Well, this is what they did yesterday on defense, because they really packed it in and dared Peoria Manual to shoot, and Peoria did not shoot that well. East St. Louis Lincoln, it just seems like they know what they're going to do on defense, and they're going to pop from the outside.
Foul was called on James Harris, who's 6'8" and 220, and plays the point on the press.
That's incredible, especially when you're 5'6", as James Bailey is.
It's really a good point. You'll see an enormous size differential. Bailey 6'8" and 220, the front man there. Here's the near steal from Jones, and there's Bailey wheeling it ahead. Gay. Lathan roams baseline right. Bailey looks back at Jerry Leggett. They run the offense. Gay's open, comes right. There's a fake shot pass. Goes down to Bias along the baseline. Quincy runs that a lot. They get a basket, lead 5-4. Players raise as if they're going to shoot a jump shot, make a jump pass. Defenders usually turn, traveling. The turnover gives the ball back to the Blue Devils. One of the state's leaders in steals is 22, James Harris. That wingspan doesn't hurt anything either. Bailey in trouble. Quincy saves it. Lathan in the corner, and Jones wing right.
Last night, Quincy did a great job against Fiore Emanuel's press, bringing the ball up, and they've got well, just as good a press, and maybe a better one because of the size factor in today's game.
Jones in the corner, covered by Harris, steps in and shoots. Rebound off Lathan's hands. Up-tempo. Chavis blows into the front court. And Jason Gay strips it. Gay comes back the other way, turns and holds.
Quincy is a very opportunistic team.
Gay, stop and pop. Quincy by 3. Wing left. Back to Chavis. His shot is not good. Tip out rebound goes to Alfonso Ellis, who missed. Bias has this one. Alfonso Ellis had 25 points and 20 rebounds against Quincy in their first meeting at Christmas. And Lincoln won the game by 8. Lathan's open, 20-footer. Yes.
It's a little reminiscent of last night's game as far as East St. Louis goes, because if you remember, Oak Forest started very quickly and had them down 24-6, I think, at the end of the quarter. They just don't seem like they're into the game yet.
Fake by Chavis, steps in down the lane, gives the ball to Rogers. Wheeling one-hander, rolls in. 4 for Rogers. And once again, the Tigers set up a 1-2-1-1 zone press. Zap, the ball goes to the middle, back to Jones. His pop is on the way. Rebound, Gay, caught it. Fakes and goes. Miss, intimidated on the inside, and a foul on the Blue Devils. Good presence by the Tigers on the baseline.
The biggest difference last night with East St. Louis, I thought, between the first quarter and the second, third, fourth quarters, was that the 3 big guys really went hard to the boards, both offensively and defensively. The first quarter, they stood around a little bit, and really we're seeing a little bit of that right now. The last time they shot from the outside, all 3 of the big guys were outside of the paint, kind of watching the shot, almost hoping or wishing that the ball was going in, rather than getting the good position they should.
How do you account for that?
Well, you know, I don't know. Maybe they have a history of starting slow. I don't know.
Chavis stepped into the lane and threw it up and in, and he's off to a good start. He was only 4 for 10 yesterday in the quarterfinals.
I was just going to say, Chavis has come to play, that's for sure.
Bias turns and is bumped and fouled by Chris Rogers.
You know, sometimes, Frank, with your big people, you tell the kids, you know, maybe start out a little bit slow, let the officials, find out how the officials are going to call the game so you don't get in early foul trouble. That could account for that.
The man with the ball now, Chris Jones, got in real early foul trouble with 4 quick ones for Quincy yesterday and missed a good portion of the game. Lathan. Look at Alfonso Ellis like he was on a trampoline, went to get that. 3:30 in the first quarter. Quincy leads by 1. The Tigers shoot for the lead. Chambers fires it up and home.
It seems like the game plan for East St. Louis is to let Chavis and the other outside guys take the shot that Quincy's given to them, and if they do miss, they're going to hopefully get the rebound.
Lathan's on the baseline, swatted away by Ellis. Great defensive play by Alfonso. He is one of the storied juniors in high school basketball in America.
Nice thing about that is he kept the ball in play rather than have it go out of bounds.
Chambers fires and Gay rebounds. Quincy keeps the ball. Lincoln by 1. Rogers goes to the baseline, and Gay is free. You've heard the net snap, and Quincy takes the lead back. It would be comfortable shooting outside when you had the baseline the size of the Tigers.
Well, yeah, there's a tendency to be a little more confident in your shot.
Lean-in shot by Harris, tip out by Quincy. They got a break going, 3-on-2. This is Gay to Lathan to the basket. Count it, and a foul.
Nice fast break, well executed, great control. Nice, he went up hard on the shot.
That was not an easy catch. You're going to see Lathan's got good hands. That's right around his knees, Coach. You don't really want it down there, but watch the catch. He gets it, and goes right back up with it. That's perfect.
Right, fundamentally, the Quincy players are very, very sound.
Chris Jones goes to the foul line. 78% successful from there, and he missed. Quincy missed 2 early free throws. They lead by 3. Benny Lewis in his 15th year at East St. Louis. Jerry Leggett his 11th at Quincy. There's Chambers outside. Now Chris Rogers, who's 6'7" and 2 1/4, comes out. Ellis on the low block. There's the shot outside by Rogers. He gets it down. He had 22 points in the quarterfinals against Oak Forest. He has 6 here.
He was really the key, Frank, to getting East St. Louis Lincoln back in their offensive flow yesterday.
A little change of press here. We got, looks like a half-court trap.
Quincy will throw a lot of bounce passes. You saw 2 there. Lathan's not bashful. Rattled it out. He'll keep shooting, and he's a dandy. Chambers fakes. Rogers tries. Not good, but a whistle and a foul on Quincy.
Lathan picked it up.
Larry trying to screen out, and I think he backed in just a little too much.
190-pounder and a senior. Now here's a whistle. We have a timeout on the court. There's 1:33 to play in the opening period. We're in a 1-point ball game in our semifinals. Let's pause now for these messages.
Here's the baseball feed in, and they're trying to get the tip up by Hawkins. Oh! Yeah!
Watching great moments from Bradley basketball really makes me work up an appetite. And nothing can satisfy my hunger like eating kitchen-cooked potato chips, made with that hearty golden flavor right here in the heart of Illinois. So when the gang gets together to watch the game, or the kids are looking for that perfect snack, serve up kitchen-cooked potato chips.
And I wouldn't do this commercial either if I didn't eat them myself. They're great!
Kroger salutes high school basketball in Illinois. The pride, the power, the promise. Kroger salutes Illinois' best with our best.
Regular Diet Pepsi, Pepsi Free, or Mountain Dew, 12 12-ounce cans, $2.79. Sweet, zesty, or classic kosher pickles, $1.39. And Eckrich smoked sausage, just $1.79 a pound.
Score with cost-cutter savings. Go, team, go Krogering.
LaFonso Ellis plays the middle for the Tigers of East St. Louis. And he's a man that looks like he's got ropes on the end of his arms. Look at that rejection.
You guys, Coach, you got water on the floor.
All right.
Ellis can escalate, Kenny. He's kind of like the human elevator.
Water on the floor.
Right out in front of us on the court, there's a good deal of water that was inadvertently spilled on the floor, and one of the officials is out wiping it up just so that a young man wouldn't trip and fall in one of those situations.
Well, it's still on the floor. Let's hope nobody hits that in a hurry. It's going to look like the ice skating follies if somebody comes by and hits that.
Well, the official doesn't have a lot of experience mopping the floor. Now it's set back with 1:30 to go here in the quarter. Quincy leading 13-12, and Lincoln shoots for the lead. And doesn't get it with that one. Jones grabs the rebound. Quincy's running 3-on-2. Jones gives it up ahead to Bailey. Bailey wheels it into Lathan, and he was held. Lathan scored 18 points against East St. Louis in their first meeting this year. Second foul on point guard Mark Chambers, 6'1" senior. Coach Leggett looks on. Lathan's push is home. Quincy by a pair. Let's watch him again. Look at those numbers. Outstanding shooter. He's got 7. Almost half of Quincy's total. Chavis at 6'1". He looks so much smaller than that because of his teammate. Rogers fakes. LaFonso Ellis being double-teamed and gets the ball inside and is held by Bias. Second foul on Bruce Bias. And Quincy may run into some foul trouble trying to stop that lob.
Well, I think Bruce Bias is an important player for him. Here we go with the replay, and you can see him trying to help out, but he really hit Ellis hard.
He's only 6'2" or 3", but he's very strong, almost a 200-pounder. Again, a lob to Ellis, right back to Chavis to the basket. It did not. Offensive interference is the call. The ball was on the rim when one of the Tigers went up and touched it.
It's unfortunate because I think it was going to go in anyway. We might be able to see it here. Ball was going to go in, and you just got to get your hand out of there.
Chris Rogers Touched it up there, and it doesn't count. Quincy's got 55 seconds to keep a 3-point lead or increase it. Stripped by Chavis. Brilliant defensive play all the way for the layup.
Well, Chavis has played a great first quarter.
He really has. He's got 6. He averages 10. Now it's a 1-point Quincy advantage, and they'd still like the last shot of this quarter if they could get it. Skip pass. It's Jones back to Lathan. He wheels it up and in over Ellis.
Tough shot. I mean, Ellis made him put a high arc on it. He still got it to fall.
9 for Lathan in the first quarter. Now the Tigers look like they'll go for 1. Harris and Chavis. Chavis with 16 seconds.
Well, he's shooting with a lot of confidence.
I'll say he is. That's 8 points for Chavis. 8 seconds on the clock. Quincy, 5, 4. Jones knows it. Here he comes. He throws it up and short, but he's fouled. It'll get 2 with 1 second. Big foul.
Mark Chambers got him, and that is not going to set well with Coach Benny Lewis.
I think that's the 3rd foul on Chambers. The point guard with 3 fouls in the first quarter.
Made a nice shot fake, and that got him up in the air, and then he just hit him on the arm as he went up.
Chris Jones, a 6-foot senior. There's his numbers. Coach Geist, I want to talk about what number makes a good free throw in high school when we come back. 1 out of 2 for Jones at the end of 1 quarter. Quincy leads by 2. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick, yeah. Whoa! The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick, yeah, milk. Pour a glass of milk real tall. Getting calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody, milk that kick. Health kick, do that kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
My grandpa says you can't beat a Veldy deal. My grandpa says that, too.
At Veldy Ford and Veldy Lincoln Mercury, grandpas are always right. Right now at Veldy Ford and Veldy Lincoln Mercury, interest rates are as low as 3.9%, plus cash rebates of up to $600. That's right, you get both 3.9% and cash.
Can we say it, huh?
Okay.
Frank Bissoni along with Jim Albrecht and Bill Geist of Lyle Bennett at the Assembly Hall in Champaign-Urbana. And Coach, in what range of percentage would you consider free throwing to be good at the high school level?
Well, as far as a team goes, I think if you can get your team shooting 70%, I think that's excellent. Usually, you know, you have a couple players who are your better shooters that you'd like around that 80% or maybe even a shade higher if it's possible. And those are the guys, of course, you go to at the end of the game and you want handling the ball a little bit more.
Quincy stays zone. It's a 2-3. And Chavis, who had such a brilliant first quarter, fires again. The littlest man on the court picks off the rebound and starts the Blue Devils up the court. He fires, and good.
They laid up the shot nice and soft and got the roll.
Here's a pass that Chavis wasn't expecting, and he tracked it down anyway, then lost the handle and over and back.
These turnovers are kind of hurting East St. Louis. There's no real reason for that. They're lucky they didn't lose the ball just before that because they threw the ball to a man who wasn't looking at it, and then we get a backcourt violation. And East St. Louis can't afford that.
Quincy has Lathan open, and he bangs.
See, Quincy, the way they're playing, they're going to take advantage of everything you give them. And you get the turnover, and the kid throws in a 20-footer.
And that's not a really bad shot for Larry Lathan. Baseline, Harris. Nice soft touch by James Harris. Lathan has 11 points.
I don't know if you've noticed, Frank, but Larry Lathan also has the job of guarding LaFonso Ellis. LaFonso Ellis goes to the left side of the basket on their offense. That's where Lathan goes. If he goes to the right side, that's where Lathan goes.
Inside Jones, back to Lathan, tries again, in and out. Nice rebound by Rogers. Had good position on the inside. Chavis calls out a set play. Trying to get it inside, stolen by Jason Gay. Nicely done by Gay. Jones coming all the way. Bailey's open. Shot is not good. Ellis rebounds. LaFonso looked behind him as a Quincy player went past.
Well, they're always looking for that little steal. They're waiting for you just to have a little mistake, and then hopefully they'll be ready for it.
The opportunistic Blue Devils as Harris fires and misses. Ellis rebounds in the lane. Ellis missed at point blank. Battling the rebound. Quincy's got it.
Bailey finally stepped out of bounds. Great hustle, though.
And a foul was called on the Tigers on the play. Watch it.
See, James Harris, I think, just should have picked the ball up instead of trying to dribble it around, and because he's out there with some little quick kids. When you're a big guy, you should grab the ball and protect it. Don't let those little guys get a hand on it.
Well, big's a good adjective. 6'8" and 220.
Kind of a strange foul, don't you think? I didn't think he really touched him. I just thought they had some contact around the ankle area.
Well, I think when you're if you're 5'6", you want a little bit of that protection if you're going up against a guy 6'8".
86% foul shooter Bailey missed. 6-minute mark, Quincy by 4. Quincy, unusual, missing some free throws. They steal. The lob went inside, picked off by Bias. Now Quincy slowed the tempo. LaFonso Ellis still hasn't scored in this game. His team down 4. Bailey fires that pass. Shot missed by Bias. Rebound, Lathan tied up. There's that little play we were talking about earlier that some people think looks like a shot, and you'll see Bailey throw the pass. Bias caught it.
Well, they have a decoy by cutting Lathan, number 50, into the middle, so that has a tendency to draw the defense, and then you see the ball go up near the rim, and there's a tendency to want to start screening out for a rebound. But instead, it's a pass, and he goes up high and puts in the, hopefully puts in the shot. That time he missed it.
Bias is out. Chris Doan is in. His Quincy shot by Lathan is missed. And East St. Louis Lincoln comes up the court and is bumped and fouled. Not the foul that Quincy wanted to make there.
No, I think right now the best player on the court for East St. Louis is Rodney Chavis. He's just really taken over. He's shooting well. He's directing things on offense and doing a nice job on defense.
Foul is on Jason Gay. He's had quite a tournament. He scored the winning basket in the super sectional and had 23 points against Peoria Manor. Man-to-man by Quincy on the change, where now they fall back zone. Rogers moves and shoots it in. It counts and he's fouled. And Benny Lewis is happy with that.
Rogers has that great extension and leaping ability, and he'll hang up there, and that's really tough on a defender, as you're about to see.
See, the thing that makes this a little more amazing is this young man is 6'7". You know, putting the ball on the floor, dribbling to the elbow like that, and taking that nice, easy jumper.
Rogers averages 12 points and nearly 11 rebounds a game. Free throw is not good. Quincy by 2 with the ball. Bailey fakes and slips the ball inside off Lathan's hand. Look at the up-tempo by the Tigers. Filling the lane. Up and home.
Chavis again with a nice pass for the assist.
Lawrence Bradford, the 6th man for the Tigers. Got that one down. He's in because Chambers has 3 fouls. Now it's a tie at the 4:50 mark in the first half. One of these teams will play defending champion King for the title tonight. Ball belongs.
Quincy's really good at scoring on these inbounds plays underneath their own basket.
Coach Leggett calling out play 1.
Not that time.
Well, he got double screen on the weak side. Just didn't work. The defensive man slid around it.
Bailey backs up and holds the ball. We have a tie game. The first one was a 2-pointer in the semifinals. This one's been close all the way. Lathan hemmed in. 3 men around him. Now Gay has got trouble. Look at the bounce passes the Blue Devils use. Snapping bounce passes. Now Jerry Leggett yells at Bailey to back up. Still 2-3 zone by the Tigers. Jones is 10. That's Doan. He's a 6'5" senior. Lathan's inside. He's held. Good move to the glass by Lathan.
Yeah, it was a good tough move. He really created the contact, if he had the little the half a step on his man, and the official had to blow the call. They had to blow the whistle for the call.
Watch Ellis on defense.
See, he didn't quite have, he wasn't squared up, but instead of stopping on the contact, Latham kept on going, and then that's when the whistle blew.
Shoots with such confidence.
This kid is quite a player. He's really impressed me. They had a little different look at him today, I think, with the size of East St. Louis, but he's certainly not backing down at all, and he's taking on Alfonso Ellis.
Looks to me like he could play the off guard in college, and he really snaps the ball.
Well, yeah, the way he shoots, and you know, this isn't going to hurt him having to toughen up inside.
Here's a whistle out on the court. Foul is on James Bailey.
See what I mean by that, Frank, is that a kid like Latham could play inside and develop a lot of toughness with his size. And then in college, he's going to have to move outside, and he certainly has an outside player shot. And that toughness will help him a great deal because he'd be able to go in and post up low against somebody his size and be able to be very successful with it.
While Quincy has a small team that doesn't jump particularly well, they all handle the ball on the full court. They're interchangeable in their positions, and they all have a variety of skills. Here's a whistle and a foul, and it's going to be on Ellis, I believe, his second in a row. Oh, check it. It's on Harris, not Ellis, and that's the third on James Harris. So Harris, coming off a game with 13 points and 11 rebounds, picks up 3 fouls, and let's see if Benny Lewis will get him out of there.
Well, we've got a long way to go here in the second quarter. There's still 3:56 to go. I think it's a little early to be leaving a player in with 3 fouls, but I don't see it. Oh, here we go. Here comes the sub.
It'll be a starter. Chambers coming back. And Latham makes yet another free throw. Extends Quincy's lead to 3. So Chambers is in, and Harris goes out with 3 personal.
East St. Louis loses a lot of size there because Harris is 6'8" and Chambers is only 6'1", but they will pick up a little quickness.
15 points for Larry Latham in a brilliant first half. Now it's Quincy who's built the lead back to 4, and they stay zone. Chavis again. Off to the right. Chambers has it. It didn't go, but he was fouled. Chambers had a nose for the ball that time, and the foul goes against Jason Gay.
See, if you're Quincy, you don't mind a shot like that, in my opinion, because you've got a guard shooting the ball from almost 20 feet out. And now if he makes it, he makes it. He earned a shot. If he misses it, what you want to do is pick up the rebound. What you don't want is for them to get the ball inside to those real big players and let them shoot 2- and 3-footers.
Chambers missed the free throw. Now the official is going to come over to the scorer's table. And what there was a clarification on who the foul was on. It was on Jason Gay, as we indicated. Chambers, a 62% free thrower. Big house behind us in the Assembly Hall. Ellis tried to tip at the rebound. Quincy got it. Gay comes up on the right. Jones out between the circles. Quincy by 4. Let's see if we'll take a little air out of this. They are not in their delay set. One bounce pass. Jones fires. Rebound, woo, LaFonso Ellis.
That was quite a rebound.
He speared that one over the rim.
Very authoritative there.
And you can hear the ball whiz by as he brings it down. Outside Bradford.
They're taking those shots from the outside again.
Yeah, see, again, those shots, if you're Quincy, you don't mind that.
Latham posts up, turns, puts it up, and rolls it off. Tip-out rebound. Goes to the Tigers. Chavis comes all the way down. A little move, 360, up and in.
That's pretty heck of a move. He came down 1-on-3, and by the time he was through, it was almost 1-on-nobody. It was a great shot, great move.
2:43 on the clock. Quincy has handled the press effectively.
See, what they're trying to do is just get the ball past half court. They're taking their time. They're not trying to necessarily score off of the press. They just want to set up their offense and then therefore prevent the turnover, prevent the hurried shot.
Latham gets a great bounce pass low to Doan, rejected by Ellis, taken out by Bradford. He comes all the way and charged.
That's a block. That's a block.
It's a block on Bailey.
He didn't get there in time, Frank. It looked like he did, at least as far as the upper part of his body was concerned. But if we can see his feet on this play, you'll see he's still moving.
There's a look at it. Bailey gave up a little of the body on that one.
Yeah, we're going to see it again. Looked like he kind of went into him with his arms.
Yeah,
Like he went out to get his left. Looked like he went out to get the offensive player rather than let the offensive player come to him.
Lawrence Bradford averages 6 a game coming off the bench. Missed the free throw. Doan rebounds. And Quincy with a 2-point lead in the ball. Both sides have stayed almost with their half-court defense being 2-3 all the way. Gay at the top of the key now. 2 bounce passes, gets the ball to Lathan. Steps in, missed the shot. Ellis rebounds, and a foul on the Blue Devils.
Lathan wanted a foul. There was some contact, but he was doing the leaning in, and the no call was the correct call until Lathan picked up the personal trying to rebound.
I agree, Jim. I think that was a good, an excellent example of where there is contact, and the official was right by not blowing his whistle.
The Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln are 0 for 5 free throwing here in the second quarter.
That doesn't hurt, does it?
Not if you're a Quincy fan, it doesn't hurt.
LaFonso Ellis, 6'9 and a half, 215. He's 16 years old. Has not scored in the game. Averages better than 19 points. Still hasn't.
East St. Louis is not the best free-throwing team around. They only hit 60% as a team. But what did you say, Frank? They're 0 for 6 now?
In this quarter, they're now 0 for 6. Now Quincy's in their spread.
Well, they're 2 up. We got 1:40 to go.
Lincoln will have to come out and get them. Bradford outside with Chavis on defense. Jason Gay plays the high post, now comes out and helps, and is quickly double-teamed.
East St. Louis is going to a man-to-man. You might see that play we saw last night, Frank, so often where they cut up and run that little backdoor play, little backdoor cut.
That might be a high post for Lathan. He flashed it there. Jones just yelled 1-4, and they put that set up. Here's 2 men breaking to the ball. Clock, as you see, the lower right-hand corner down to a minute. Gay's outside. Quincy's got a 2-point advantage. They're trying to make the championship game. Lathan. And now Doan. Here's a whistle and a foul on LaFonso Ellis, a block with 45 seconds.
You know, Doan doesn't have all the great physical talent, God-given anyway, but he creates things when he gets in there. Defensively last night, when he came into the game, Booth kind of disappeared offensively because Doan was leaning on him, and now he creates another foul as Ellis tried to snap him out front.
Chris Doan. 6'5", senior.
And he makes free throws.
72% worth, as the Quincy fan likes it. Jerry Leggett says, I wanted to stay anyway because I wanted to see our kids to see all these good basketball teams. He said that before the game last night, and he got to stay by pulling a shocking upset and going for another. 45 seconds to go, and there's timeout on the court. We've got ourselves a 4-point game in the first half. We'll be back. Now let's pause for these messages.
If you really want the best deal, remember this. For the best quality American-made appliances, you just can't beat Whirlpool. And for the best price and free delivery, you just can't beat Neil's. Neil's, the king of deals in downtown Pekin.
Something we all take for granted, and Illinois American wants to keep it that way.
In our first semifinal today, Chicago King held off a tough St. Joe team, 60-58. and advance to tonight's championship game. And now it's East St. Louis Lincoln at 26-1, trailing Quincy 26-5 by 4.
Well, I think the first game and this game, you know, we both knew that Quincy and St. Joe's were at a big height disadvantage. But, you know, size isn't everything, as we've seen. I think good coaching and good execution and a lot of hard work and hustle by the little guys who can make up for a lot of that.
Rogers inside. He's got about a 6-footer, and he is fouled by Doan.
That's a bad foul for Quincy because he was off balance. Rogers was off balance when he took the shot, and it really wasn't. He didn't have a good chance of making that, I didn't think.
We're coming close to the end of the first half of our second semifinal, and Chris Rogers is headed for Creighton, we're told. We saw Creighton's head coach, Tony Baroni, here yesterday. There was a flock of college coaches in the crowd yesterday and today. Great talent in this tournament. Look at the frame on Rogers.
Well, we said it yesterday, too. I'm glad we don't have a uniform and have to play in the paint.
This front line of theirs could match up against the tank division.
There are a lot of colleges that would like to have it, I know that.
Absolutely. Now Lincoln within 2. Quincy has a half a minute to go here in the half to try to add to this lead. Lincoln sits 2-3 zone. The Blue Devils content to stay outside with the ball. But the technical foul has just been called, I believe. That's right. They have a technical foul.
They didn't come out and get him.
He said he gave a warning to the Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln to come out and play defense. Now he's talking to Benny Lewis.
See, what the rule states is that the team that's losing must create some action. And if it's a tie game, the defensive team has to do it. Now, if you don't create this action, you are warned. The next time it happens in a half, you get 5 seconds. If you don't come out, it's an automatic technical foul.
All right, with 17 seconds, we have timeout. We'll come back in a moment. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Hey, old buddy! My mower broke down. Mind if I borrow yours?
Sure. Old buddy.
Why is it that the grass is always greener wherever there's a John Deere lawnmower?
Oh, you weren't around, so I helped myself.
Because you can always depend on a John Deere lawnmower to keep running when others don't. It's got adjustable speed drive, a blade brake clutch, and a 2- or 4-cycle engine.
Don't tell me. Your lawnmower's not working. I don't even own one.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
America prides itself on independence, but lately we've become dangerously dependent on foreign oil.
What's the alternative? One already exists.
Ethanol blend fuels. Ethanol is made from corn, grown right here in Illinois. That's good for the economy, and that's good for America. Ethanol is a better way to top off America's tank. Brought to you by the Illinois Corn Marketing Board on behalf of Illinois corn growers.
Here's the play of the controversy and the technical foul. The official says he warned East St. Louis Lincoln. There's the handout.
Now he's going to start counting to 5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, he actually was coming out to get him. Bradford was making a move. He just didn't do it quick enough, I guess.
He's got to be within, I think it's 6 feet or 3 feet. I'm not positive. But Benny Lewis's point of contention when he talked to the officials was, when was the warning?
Right.
The official said it was in the first quarter. To be very honest with you, I don't remember that warning either. And I know Coach Lewis didn't see it or he wasn't aware of it.
Haley made the free throw on the technical. A 3-point lead. Quincy keeps the ball and a whistle.
Offensive foul, I believe, on Gay for using the elbow.
Well, it's an illegal pick.
1 and bonus for East St. Louis Lincoln on the illegal pick. Quincy had gotten 12. Steve Barry, a 5'10 junior in the game. And Doan and Bias check back in. Gay and Barry back out. There's Benny Lewis.
He's still not happy about that call. You can count on that.
The purpose of substitutions with Doan and Bias is to get some rebounding strength in there.
Plus Gay picked up his 3rd foul there. And Lawrence Bradford makes the free throw. That makes it a 1-point Quincy lead with 9 seconds. Let's see if Quincy gets a good shot. Bailey turns and fires. No good. Rebound, LaFonso Ellis. 1 second. Halftime, no good. And that's the end of the exciting first half in our second semifinal game. With the score, Quincy 29, East St. Louis Lincoln 28. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
The day you drive out with a new car, you start driving down the value month after month. With most auto insurance, total a car 2 years later, and you just get the used car value. But with Country Company's Keeper policy, if your car is wrecked beyond repair, you get a brand new car. Same make and model, even if it costs more than you paid at first. So get the Country behind you.
You've got the Country Company.
Almost every dealer will offer you cash back and low financing, but only University Ford gives you up to $600 cash back. Financing as low as 3.9%. Plus, 4 days and 3 nights in Orlando, Florida free. Now, only at University Ford. Get cash back, low financing, plus stay in Florida on us when you buy your new or used car or truck today. Before you buy, get the facts at University Ford, your 5-star Ford dealer. 3403 North University, Peoria.
You're looking at the halftime score. Frank Bissoni along with Coach Bill Geist back at the Assembly Hall. Quincy leading at the half to see who will play king in the championship game. And we need to report that the three-point shot poll is going like this with your phone calls. And we invite you to phone in. Yes votes, 3,790. No votes, 1,792. So the IHSA and the coaches and players are interested in the fans' opinion on the three-point shot because in large measure this is the fans' game and we want you to call if you care to. We'll give you the numbers as we go along through the tournament and we'll take your calls. Coach Bill Geist, what do you think in the first half? How do the coaches feel?
Well, if I was Jerry Leggett, I'd feel great. I mean, I've got a 1-point lead. They've got me 5 inches in hand, and I'm winning the ball game. I don't think he has any foul trouble to worry about. East St. Louis, I don't think we've seen them play as well as they can. Although, again, Quincy is doing a great job of putting a body on them and keeping those kids off the board. If it wasn't for Rodney Chavis, I think East St. Louis would be down even more. He's had a great first half. And the Quincy players, they all play well. You know, I think that's the interesting thing about them. You never know who's going to score the next basket or make the nice pass because they can all do it.
East St. Louis Lincoln scored 28 points yesterday at the half and was down by 6 to Oak Forest. Today they've scored the same number and they're down by 1 to Quincy. Now we're ready to go to the court side. Here's Jim Albrecht.
Thank you, Frank. I am with the State Superintendent of Education. He is Mr. Ted Sanders. And Ted, if we can hear you above the band, when everybody talks about education, at least in the state of Illinois, and I'm sure in other states, money is a key issue. How are you fighting that battle right now? I know there's some key legislation going on.
That's right. In fact, money is the big issue this year in reality. We passed major reform legislation in '85. The governor's now led out with clearly stating the need that we've got to do something in terms of raising some new taxes to support our schools. And indeed, that's going to be one of the big issues of this legislative session. And we need to be rallying in support of him in that regard.
For my own benefit, I know that the lottery brings in a lot of money, and some of that is supposed to go to education. How does that work for the people who aren't familiar with it?
Well, all of the profits off the lottery now do go into the Common School Fund and support education. That amounts to about $500 million this year, but that's only a fairly small portion, about 20 to 21, 22% of the total state appropriation to support education. So while the lottery does come to us, it does not come anywhere near funding the schools of the state.
The cost of sending someone through a high school, through a grade school, how much has that escalated over the past 10 years? At the same pace everything else has gone up, or even more so?
Well, of course, we've had the effects of inflation upon schooling, just about the same rate in the rest of the economy. Right now, the cost to the state, that's not the total cost, per child is something up over $2,000 an individual child.
A lot of times when a school gets in a bind, one of the things they have to take a look at is a sports program here or a sports program there. Is that something you try to avoid? What is your philosophy on sports being part of education as opposed to being apart from education?
Well, sports and other extracurricular and co-curricular activities are very important, not just to school spirit, but to the opportunities to learn, develop leadership, even team play, working together towards a common goal. Sports are a very important part of what the opportunities we want to provide students in schools, and they're not really indeed an add-on on top of the basic program.
Mr. Sanders, we thank you very much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of this ball game.
Thank you.
That is the State Superintendent of Education, Ted Sanders. Right now, let's go back to my colleague, Frank Pisoni. Frank?
Okay, we're going to come back at the Assembly Hall and take a look at the stats for the first half of the second semifinal game in just a few moments. One of your network sponsors is the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick, yeah. Whoa! The goodness of milk is a real health kick. Health kick, yeah, milk. You pour a glass of milk real tall, getting calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody, milk's that kick. Health kick, do that kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
Team's in the mood for spring, so we're doing a little spring cleaning in our video department. Now, during Team Spring Cleaning Sales, save cold cash on camcorders, TVs, and VCRs. Get this Scott Hi-Fi VCR with built-in MTS stereo tuner, HQ circuitry, and superior hi-fi sound. Just $399, a $100 savings. 105-day free financing to qualified applicants. It's tax refund time, and what better way to enjoy it than with these hot deals at Team? Hurry in, at these prices, they won't be there long.
We're back at the Assembly Hall getting ready for the start of the second half. And, of course, you can tell everything from the statistics sheet, Coach Geist. I mean, there's no problem with that. If somebody told you, well, we'll get to that in just a second. Let's go on down the individuals. Lathan with a brilliant half, 15 points in that first half. 4 points for Gay and 3 fouls. Then Jones and Bailey with 3. Bias and Doan with 2. Quite a few fouls, but distribution. Rogers and Chavis led Lincoln in the first half in scoring with 10 apiece. Chavis, the guard, that had a very good half. Bradford with 4, Harris with 2 and 3 personals, Chambers the point guard with 2 points and 3 personals, and look at that, LaFonso Ellis did not score and made 2 fouls.
I was going to say that big 0 next to Ellis's name is very good, just a very important stat.
It's hard to believe this, but the Blue Devils of Quincy went out on that first half and created a lot of good shots and didn't get many of them to drop. In spite of that, they still have an advantage.
Well, I think what you're referring to is they're shooting only 33% from the field, and East St. Louis is shooting 500. It seems like they should be down. I think what's helped them a lot, though, is they've made 11 of 15 from the free throw line, whereas East St. Louis has only made 4 of 10.
Another thing that's helped Quincy is the fact that Lincoln has turned the ball over 7 times, and Quincy has been very clean in their turnovers with only 2. Yeah. There are your percentages, Coach, and 27 shots for Quincy, only 24 for Lincoln. And you'll see the rebound total down there. You'd expect Lincoln with a bigger advantage than 2 rebounds.
And the turnovers, you know, this is very characteristic of the Quincy team. I think they protect the ball. They take their time bringing the ball up against pressure, and they make good passes. So that's not unusual to see, not for a Quincy team.
You never know on Quincy's side. Jason Gay led the way with 23 points last night, and today Larry Lathan's got a 15-point half. They've got a lot of people that can put the ball in the basket.
Well, right, and I think this is their major strength, is that you don't know who's going to have that big game. Right, it was funny at the end of the half, James Bailey had a pretty good shot, a lot better shot than he had yesterday. Yesterday's shot won the ball game for him. This one didn't go in.
Is East St. Louis Lincoln going to press Quincy in this half?
Well, you know, it's going to be interesting because yesterday, or last night, East St. Louis came out with a vengeance in the second half, if you remember, with a tough man-to-man press and a tough man-to-man half court. And it's going to be interesting to see if they do that again. Or, you know, are they kind of a sleepy giant, so to speak, in the first half, and now they know what they have to do, and they're going to come out strong again? Who knows?
Okay, we'll be back with the second half tip-off in a moment. One of your network sponsors. Well, let's just check it. Let's just pause for these messages.
Oh, hey, Camelon. Got a minute? Sure. I saw what you did for my neighbor over there.
Most people come to Camelon because of the work we've done for their neighbors.
Tell me what...
Besides feeding your lawn, our people are specially trained to control the weeds and insects that can damage it. This kind of service is what makes ChemLawn different, and it's why we can guarantee you a healthier, more beautiful lawn or your money back.
Excuse me, Camelon, you got a minute?
Be right with you. Call now for ChemLawn Care. We give our people better training. They give you a better lawn.
Come experience the sharpest picture, the clearest sound, and the best price around at Right Satellite. With over 120 TV channels and 50 radio channels, you get unlimited movies, sports, religion, education, music, and adult entertainment. Don't limit yourself to local or cable viewing. With a satellite system, you can now experience first-run movies in your own home. Right Satellite has the largest display in Illinois, and we will not be undersold. Satellite systems starting as low as $18.80 per month. Come to Right Satellite now and save during their tax refund sale. Right Satellite, Peoria, Tremont, and now serving Bloomington.
Quarter. Quincy was leading. They were on offense. East St. Louis was in their 2-3 zone. He warned them to come out and create action. Later on, once you have one warning, now there is no more warnings for that half. In the second quarter, there was no action. East St. Louis was losing. The official counts to 5. If they don't come out within that 5 count, it's an automatic technical foul. And if it would happen again, it would be automatic tee.
And Benny Lewis is contending he wasn't warned, and that's why he's upset about the technical.
Here's a starting layup by Chris Rogers of East St. Louis Lincoln, and the Tigers got the lead in 5 seconds. Quincy has the basketball.
Well, East St. Louis is not in the man-to-man as they did last night. They're still in their zone.
Gay with 3 personals. Doesn't make it up the court.
10 seconds.
So the Tigers score quickly and stop Quincy with a turnover. And Jerry Liggett not happy about that. Lincoln with the lead in the ball. Ellis is free. He missed. Tip 1. No. Next tip out. Goes to Chavis. He punches it into Harris. Rejected and a foul on Bias. Bruce Bias, 52, is called for the personal, his 3rd. See if we can see that foul as Bruce Bias picks up an early one, his 3rd foul of this game.
Kind of interesting call because I thought he was trying to pass down to the man open underneath the basket, and they called the foul, and they're giving him a shooting foul. So
Bias laid on his hand, but again, he was trying to pass it, Coach.
One more for Harris. He's a 56% free throw shooter. Better from the field. Missed them both. Lincoln is now 4 for 12 at the free throw line.
Later on in the game, we may look back at all these missed free throws and say it really hurt East St. Louis.
Quincy's such a good foul shooting team. They made 11 of 15, and that's under their average. Lathan, yes.
You know, Quincy seems to me that, you know, they play the game, and whoever's got the hot hand, whoever's playing well, they seem to say, okay, he's got the hot hand, let's go to him a little bit more than we go to everybody else. It happened last night with Gay, and it's happened today with Lathan.
Chavis gets inside to Ellis. No goal. Foul first.
Another good play by Rodney Chavis.
That penetration is tough to handle. You got those big guys down on the blocks.
Well, the back 3 people of Quincy's 2-3 zone are paying a lot of attention to their big people. So if Chavis can get by the first 2 people in the zone, he's really on his own.
There's a pass into Ellis. Double team. Drops it inside to Harris. His turnaround is short. Tipped in by Rogers. Tough. You see him go to that glass.
That was a forced tip-in, Frank. The ball was actually underneath the rim, and he had to shove it back on top.
Yeah, that was the first time I can remember to see all 3 East St. Louis big guys on the board.
The lead exchanged hands on that play, and now Ellis commits a foul for the Tigers. And it could be a 2-shotter, the 3rd foul on LaFonso Ellis.
Smart play by Bias. He leaned into him. He didn't have to do that. He created his contact.
So I think here we're going to see the lean in right there. Kind of jumped into him just a little bit. And because the defensive man is coming to him, it's still a defensive man's responsibility, and the contact occurs, and it's his foul.
Guess what? That's why defensive players, good ones, are so precious. It's a tough position to play.
I just don't want the viewers to think that because the man leans in that he's creating the contact and it's his foul. It's not an offensive foul. It's still a defensive foul.
Bruce Bias hits a pair. Quincy gets the lead back. We're really changing the lead often. We had 9 straight baskets again in the Quincy Manual game, and the lead changed every time. Chambers missed. LaFonso Ellis has it. In. His first score of the game.
That's really his spot on that floor, that baseline. He's just pretty from there.
LaFonso Ellis has a look of determination on his face right now.
I think Benny Lewis is still steamed about the tee some. Bias posts up, gets inside. Must have stepped on the end line.
Yep.
And that turnover gives the Tigers the ball back with 6 minutes to go in the third period. This game has been essentially tied all the way. Chavis steps into the foul line and drills it.
That's a tough shot. That was a tough shot.
Chavis is giving the Tigers much more offense than he showed yesterday here. 3-point Lincoln lead. Most teams like the ball in the middle of the court against that zone press.
And they throw very good bounce passes.
They overload one side with 3 players. Bailey fakes. There's Jason Gay open. He missed, and Ellis speared the rebound. Kick out pass. The fast break is on. Look away pass. Traveling.
Good defense by Bailey. He was the only defensive barrier back there, and he caused the travel. Harris had to pull up.
Now Quincy would like to get back within 1 with a basket. Chris Jones and Bailey in the backcourt. Jones has got great range, too. Now they have 2 men set on the corner. Jones is free. There's his shot. Lift out. Right now, Quincy getting 1 try.
Well, this is what happened to Oak Forest yesterday, too. Second half, they got 1 shot, and that was it.
Chavis and Chambers outside. This is Rogers open. Boom. Chris Rogers shooting with a lot of authority.
He kicks those legs up, Frank, and he gets into that rhythm.
Lincoln, biggest lead, 5 points. Quincy needs a bucket.
It's a big time down for Quincy, I think. We've got a 5-point lead, and they've been winning most of the game, and they need a good shot, and they need somebody. I'd say maybe they go to Lathan.
They slip the ball inside to him, and he travels. So Quincy collects a couple of turnovers here early in the quarter, and Lincoln's got the advantage.
So that time the pass to Lathan was just a little bit low. He went down to get it, and he shuffled his feet.
Along the baseline, Harris looks for Ellis. There he is. Rogers overshot. Quincy up tempos. Bias is ahead of the pack for 2.
Making sure, nothing fancy.
And Quincy got that basket they needed to come within 3 at the 3:44 mark, third quarter. Frank Bassoni and Jim Albrecht, along with Coach Bill Geist. Chavis drills it.
They just set up that play. Benny Lewis signaled to his players, thumbs down, and what they did is pick the man in the zone, and Chavis went around it for the jumper.
Ball to the middle and back outside to Bailey. Quincy down 5.
I don't know if the viewers could see the official counting when Quincy has the ball at half court.
Lathan found an alley, went all the way in, knocked it home for his 19th point of the game.
Ellis didn't jump out and take him, Coach. He's got 3.
What the official is doing is counting for that warning that we talked about before as far as the delay of game. That since Quincy's losing, they're required to create some action.
Chavis fakes and goes. His shot is tipped, rebounded, and a foul on Rogers of the Tigers. See the 3rd foul on Chris Rogers. Gary Leggett yelling. And now there's timeout on the court. With the score, Lincoln 40, Quincy 37. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
If you ever wasted a Saturday trying to replace a cheap tension spring or a sheared pin, this needs to be your new mower. If you ever killed a Sunday by chewing up a drive belt or burning out a bearing, this needs to be your new mower. This is a John Deere, and because it's built so well, you can get something from a John Deere that you can't always depend on with other mowers. You can get done.
Cacciatore, a la King, Tetrazzini, Almondine, Kiev. Classic meals, the lighter, leaner, more convenient dishes we're eating today, all made with white meat. But the white meat these classics are made with isn't chicken or fish. It's pork. Pork, the other white meat.
The good teams have more than one way to beat you. LaFonso Ellis has 2 points in this game, but Rogers with 16, Chavis with 14 have combined for 30. And East St. Louis Lincoln is in the lead by 3.
I think the type of game Rodney Chavis is having is indicative of the fact that Coach Lewis last time down called out a play for him, a screen for him so he could go around it and take that 17-foot jumper.
And plus, it's not a bad idea if you've got a hot guard to let him shoot anyway, especially when you got 3 trees across that front line. You can play a little volleyball if possible, especially because they have the height advantage with Quincy.
Quincy has the basketball. We'll try to trim the lead to 1. Jason Gay lets some traffic go by, and Quincy takes it slower. Gay comes to the high post. Now Bias there. Bailey in the vicinity of the shot he made last night gives it up. That's the vicinity of Interstate 74. Gay's on the baseline. 2 bounce passes, gets it out to Bailey. 2.
Big bucket.
Yeah, they work the ball so well. And whoever gets the first open shot, then they take it, and then they make a lot of them.
This is a 1-point game with 2:22 to go in the third quarter, and it's just like the first one. In that first one, King turned away St. Joe 60-58. Chavis out at the right side now. Looks into Ellis, instead to Rogers. Foul line pop. Gay one-hands the rebound and controls. Quincy will shoot for the lead at the 2-minute mark. Listen to the Quincy crowd get into the game. They're standing. Lathan drops it down to Gay. Defense is good inside now by the Tigers. Jones can hit from there. It's Quincy by 1. The resiliency of the Blue Devils is remarkable. Harris goes across the lane. Chavis fires. Rebound, Ellis. What a rebound. And he's fouled.
Not a bad foul, because I think he was going to go up to dunk. He might as well have him go to the free throw line and earn him there.
Bruce Bias picks up his 4th foul. And you'll notice that Ellis isn't the best position in the world for that rebound. He still got it.
Well, his just jumping ability helped him.
Bruce Bias is going to be taken out of the game now by the Blue Devils. Chris Doan, 32, a 6'5" senior, comes on. Crowd cheers for Bruce. Ellis will shoot 2.
Strange way to shoot a free throw. He's a good 4 inches off where he could be.
In the quarterfinals, 14 points, 13 rebounds. He missed a pair. Quincy has the ball, the lead, and let's see what they do. Maybe they'll play delay with 1:14 to go in the third.
Now, if they're going to hold it out here, East St. Louis must come out.
They do. Man-to-man by the Tigers. Jones turns to his left. Lathan, high post, gives to Bailey for 2.
Well, Bailey took it in. Was that against LaFonso Ellis? No, against James Harris. And with about a foot size difference, he just took it right at him.
7 points for Harris. Steal by Harris. Did he get it? He saved it. No. It hit the end line and out of bounds to the Tigers. James Harris, like a mosquito, picking away. Almost got that one. But the Tigers will have it with 42 seconds. Quincy by 3. Winding to the end of the third quarter. Chambers has trouble hanging on. They lob to Ellis. He steps in and missed. Tipped good by Rogers. Now it's a 1-point game. 18 for Chris Rogers. That's 40 in the 2 games here. He likes this building. Tough competitor. The clock now works under 10. Gay is in trouble. Dribbles away. Still in trouble. Fires with 2. No. Rebound Bailey. Throws it up. No. And that's the end of 3 periods. And we've still got a razor-thin 1-point game. Quincy's in the lead. And one of your network sponsors is John Deere.
They all play an important role in protecting your valuables against fire. But if a fire should strike, they'll burn too. That's why you need a MyLink insulated safe for superior fire protection of wills, stocks, jewelry, and other keepsakes and valuables. If fire hits your home, gather your family and get out. Leave what's left to MyLink.
Buy MyLink fire files and safes at Whitmer One-Stop Office Marts in Peoria and Bloomington.
At Grimm TV and Appliance, we appreciate your business. To show our appreciation, we're offering you a special opportunity to save even more during our no-profit holiday. Help us clear our inventory, and you'll save with wholesale prices. When you purchase any in-stock TV or appliance, pay cash and take it home with you. It's just that easy. Now, a chance to buy GE products at wholesale prices. Grimm TV and Appliance. We'll serve you better because we care. Morton, Peoria, and Bloomington.
Coach, you said that we might talk late in the game about East St. Louis's foul shooting. They're 4 for 14, yet they're only 1 point away.
Well, after 8 more minutes, if they're 1 point away, we're going to look at that 4 for 14, and it's going to be even bigger. But you're right. I think they are fortunate. They missed 10 free throws, and they're only 1 down. But, you know, I don't know. Will their free throw shooting get any better? It's kind of nice if you're a Quincy fan to know if you do have to go out and get the ball that you can foul, and it's almost like flipping a coin, 50-50 chance whether it's going to go in or not for East St. Louis.
They average just under 60% at the foul line. Their rebound average is a 26 more rebounds than their opposition. Doan goes to the baseline. This is Bailey. A 24-footer he hit to beat Peoria Manual. Now Quincy trying for yet another upset. There's a whistle away from the ball. Doan. Foul on Quincy's Doan. Offensive foul. Third foul on Doan will get Bias back in.
Frank Latham seemed very quiet that third quarter to me. And I know he had such a great first half of scoring 15. He scored 4 points in the third quarter.
Right.
Of course, we saw so much of them the first half. 4 points in a quarter isn't that bad a quarter.
All right. The Tigers can take the lead with a hoop. Bradford tries it. It's in and out. Rogers rebounds. It won't count. First a foul on Jason Gay, his 4th. And the size differential showed there.
Well, it's a good rebound because watch him go up with 2 hands to grab it, and the Quincy players reaching in there. I think Benny Lewis would like if that had been a no call because he was going to go up and dunk it or put it in real easy. Now he's got to go to the free throw line. And it's been an experience or an adventure for the East St. Louis players so far today.
Rogers has been their most successful foul shooter in this one, but he missed that one. And Quincy keeps the lead.
You know, I told you, Frank, that free throw shooting could be contagious. You know, they've missed them, and I think that maybe the coach has said something to them about missing them and concentrate. Oh, we have a steal.
Steal by Rogers. 3-on-2 Tigers. Rogers all the way. Made it.
Pretty. I think in the minds of the East St. Louis players right now, got a lot of negative things about free throw shooting because they missed so many of them. So they're really not going up to the line with that much confidence.
Just under 7 minutes now for Quincy to try to take the lead back. Zone defense by the Tigers. 2 threes. Jones looks down the lane. Bailey's free. Rebound, whistle, foul on the Tigers. Harris.
After Bailey let that shot fly, Harris's momentum carried him right into the little guard from Quincy.
The fourth foul on Harris. You'll see it. It's after the shot. It's the third team foul on the Tigers, so there won't be free throws. Harris sits down, and Mark Chambers returns. The Tigers have only played 6 people in the game. Quincy's played 7. Lathan missed. Long rebound by Chavis. Now Lincoln with the lead in the ball. 6.5 to go. Rogers is open. He's got it down. Boy, is he strong. 22 points for Chris Rogers. Listen to the Quincy crowd now. Another big trip for the Blue Devils. Bias is in the corner. They're looking for Lathan. He's low left. Gay slides in. Great pass to Bias. He missed the layup. It's tipped out. The ball's on the floor. It goes out of bounds to Quincy.
I thought Jerry Leggett got a little excited. It looked like he was going after the ball.
Well, he wanted to help it stay in bounds if he could. Jones comes across the top. Lathan pumps it up.
They wanted Lathan to have that shot. They set a double screen on the zone, and they got him free for that shot. It wasn't the best shot in the world, but it's one that he's been hitting.
He has 21 one-point game. He had a feeling this must come down to the wire. Charge on Lawrence Bradford. Turns the ball over to Quincy.
Quincy does so many little things to get them the ball, whether it be a steal or grabbing a loose ball or like that right there, picking up the charge.
Only one foul on Bradford. Quincy has Jones and Bailey in the backcourt. Gay, Bias, and Lathan on the baseline. Lathan calls out play number 2. Sets him in the corner. Chris Jones flips it to Bailey. Pops, bounce.
Got a little feeling here that Quincy's a team of destiny, Frank.
They're up by 1. They were down 3 just a moment ago. Needing a hoop, they got 2. Lob to Ellis. Foul on Bias, I think. Goodbye. That would be tough for Quincy to deal with. Bias has fouled out of this game. He had 6 points in the game. He will be replaced by 6'5" senior Chris Doan. Doan has 3 fouls of his own.
But there wasn't much that Bias could do on this. They lobbed it up. He's just going after the ball. I don't know. There wasn't body contact. He must have slapped him with his hand, I guess.
Jerry Leggett with the construction. LaFonso Ellis with only 2 points in this game. Shoots one hand. Off. He's 0 for 4 from the free throw line. Under 5 minutes to play. Quincy by 1.
They've got the lead, and they could hold the ball. Oh.
Here's a bad pass by the Blue Devils.
That's a little uncharacteristic. We haven't seen something like that.
Well, you just get the feeling.
I was just going to say that Quincy may hold the ball a little bit. They can go on to that man-to-man again, especially with Bias out of the game. But they never got the chance.
See if they go to Rogers. He's been their big gun in the game. This is Harris along the baseline. Oh, pretty shot.
Lathan's doing a great job on Ellis. He's leaning on him wherever he goes.
You know, we're saying Ellis doesn't have a very good game, but I think, you know, you have to give some credit to the defensive player or the defensive team for something like that. I think he's a marked man as far as Quincy goes, and he hasn't had the opportunities to roam around that basket, get a lot of those rebounds and easy shots.
Well, they played him before, and Ellis had 25 points and 20 rebounds.
Well, I think Jerry probably reminded him about that.
There's Bailey's miss. Look at Bailey go after it, but Harris has got it. The Tigers have the lead by 1 in the ball, and we're under 4 minutes. Who will play king in the championship game tonight? St. Joe's will play in the 3rd place game. The loser here will too. We'll be on the air at 6 but before the tip-off. Harris again, 2 clutch shots.
Well, Harris is kind of taking over. He feels very good on offense. He's getting that nice 12-footer, and he's putting it down.
He's only got 6 in the game, but the 4 are really vital. And here's the ball loose on the court. Doan dropped it out of bounds to Lincoln.
Good hustle by Chambers. Chambers reacted late. The ball was squirting away free to Doan underneath the basket. Chambers hustled, got a hand on it, and went off Doan. And now East St. Louis Lincoln with a bucket could go up by 5.
The ball hit the referee in the head. Of course, he's in play.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And the ball
It changed directions awful quick. I really didn't see it happen.
There's Harris in traffic. He puts it down, but Lathan steps in and gets it. Quincy's got the ball. Jason Gaze heading for the basket. Stops and shoots. Rebound tipped out. Lincoln's got that. 2-on-2 and slow it up. 3:07 to go. The Tigers by 3 and the ball.
Quincy's going to come out now. A little half-court pressure.
The trap on the half court. Under 3 minutes left. Frank Bissoni and Jim Albrecht, along with Coach Bill Geist. Hope you're enjoying it. On the weak side, it's Chambers. Quincy may well foul here, because the Tigers don't shoot the free throws very well. Let's see if they do. Not yet.
Quincy is the 1-2-2 half-court trap right now. East St. Louis doesn't appear like they're even looking to score.
Clock is under 2:30. At the high post, Rogers had a great game. Quincy has not fouled. There it is. Bailey fouled Rogers. Third foul on James Bailey. He seems to be able to play all day and not get tired.
Well, I'm just going to say, too, I think the problem with Quincy right now is that they've had to play very hard the whole game, and now they're going to have to come out full court or half court pressure. And on this big court, they got to use a lot of energy they may not have.
Look at your free throw shooting. Quincy, very effective, especially in the second quarter. Look at Lincoln, 4 for 10 and 0 for 4 the last 2. And he banked that in.
Well, I'll tell you, right now, these St. Louis fans will take anything they can get.
Well, Chris Rogers would tell you he probably missed that 3 feet, and he's just happy it's banged home. Lincoln by 4. 5. That one he switched.
That one he shot right. The first one was lucky.
Lincoln's got the lead. Can Quincy come back? We'll know in a moment. One of your network sponsors is Country Companies Insurance.
When Ed moved to Wheaton, he thought he was going to have to look high and low for a Country Companies Auto Claims Center. He didn't know that Country Companies has more of them than anyone else in the state. So how about it, Ed? Hard to find?
Nope. It's just 5 minutes from my house. And the Country Companies folks around here are just as friendly.
With the most auto claims centers.
You got the Country Companies.
Supply and demand. If you're a farmer, those 2 little words will have a big effect on your future. But now there's a company that's turning the law of supply and demand in your favor. ADM Growmark, a new partnership between the Archer Daniels Midland Company and Growmark Incorporated. ADM Growmark is a direct link between your Growmark elevator and the global markets of Archer Daniels Midland. So when it's time to sell your grain, remember the company with worldwide marketing muscle, ADM Growmark.
You talk about funny bounces of the basketball. Anything can and does happen. Watch this. Quincy with the ball. Watch where the ball hits. Hello.
See, now, hit the official. It looks like he's out of bounds, which would mean the ball should be out of bounds, and since Quincy threw it, East St. Louis should have the ball. But, you know, official wasn't looking at the ball. He was looking at something else, and he doesn't know he's out of bounds. So if he thinks he's in bounds, the ball is still in play. The official is just a person out there, and the ball is in play, and that's what he ruled. And that's the East St. Louis and Quincy player went after the ball, and the Quincy player let it slip out of his hands out of bounds.
Lincoln leads by 5, partially because of this free throw.
This is a great horse shot. If you're playing horse, sometimes you call a bank on a free throw. like I say, a player, he might have been a little embarrassed by it, but I tell you, right now, you'll take whatever you can get.
And he came right back and swished the next one.
Yeah, he looked real good. He got his thoughts together. You know, you got to be able to smile at yourself sometimes when you do something on the court that's not the best. And I think he did a great job of that.
That great shot showed you the story of this game. Quincy's got 2 minutes and 15 seconds to get back in. They're 5 down.
That was interesting. East St. Louis being up, and yet they came out to pressure a little bit.
Quincy, a good shooting team, will need to hit their shots now. Lathan fakes. Stone steps in, travels.
See, they tried to set Lathan up for that jumper. The defense adjusted to it, and they got it inside the zone, but he traveled. Now we have a 1-2-2, three-quarter court press by Quincy.
Just under 2 minutes. Rogers speared the ball, and Harris. This is a delay by the Tigers. They'll get sent to the free throw line right here. Jones fouled Rogers.
See, they're going to be very aggressive going after the ball, because I think they feel if they don't get it, they'll send them to the line. And right now, when you're 5 down, this might be their best chance to get back into it.
This is Rogers. 22 yesterday, 24 today. He missed, but Ellis grabbed at it. Quincy's got it. Jones in a hurry. Quincy's got a minute and 41 seconds.
There's still time. They don't have to rush their offense here.
This is Jones. He got inside, swatted down by Ellis. Great defensive play by LaFonso Ellis. Blocking foul on Quincy.
A good call. The player went up for the ball, and then Lathan moved underneath him. You've got to let the player have room enough to come down, and he didn't give it to him, so the foul's on the defense. I think we'll see it on the... Here he's up in the air. He doesn't have room to come down. Foul's on the defense. It's been a very well officiated game.
It certainly has, and boy, the mechanics of these officials are so crisp and clear. You make no mistake about their calls. Jerry Leggett watches Mark Chambers. He missed. Lincoln still leads by 5, but there's only 1:20 left in the game. Quincy calls time. We're going to come back with the conclusion of this exciting game in a moment. One of your network sponsors is John Deere.
Introducing a new riding mower with the tightest turning radius in its class. And yet the sort of heavy-duty transaxle and powerful overhead valve engine you'd expect to find only on commercial equipment. Introducing the new John Deere Riders. Nothing runs like them because nothing's built like them.
Quincy's only scored 4 points in this final period. A lot of that is because of people like LaFonso Ellis with their great size inside. They do intimidate you, and they change your shots.
Well, now it's a very difficult time for Quincy to score. As we saw the last time down, he tried to make a little bit of a one-on-one move, and he dribbled into about 3 guys, and the shot was blocked. It's the teamwork and the passing that's kept Quincy in the game and got them most of their points.
Well, last night against Manual, David met Goliath and won again. But this one, with 116,
well, don't count them out. Don't count them out because I'm sure they've got something set up here.
Well, they want a good shot right here. Lathan's got one. It's short. Ellis rebounds, and a foul on Doan. Kind of anticipate that Jerry Leggett told his Blue Devils to foul right away.
Right. So what they did is try to set up that play that they've used before with a double screen for Lathan. Now, Coach Leggett was just telling Gay that he missed the screen, and that's why when Lathan took the shot, he had a hand in his face. If Gay does his job and sets that screen properly, he would have had an open shot.
Ellis is 0 for 4 at the foul line in this game. He has 2 points.
See, now that time, 7 seconds came off the clock. Quincy got a shot at the basket, committed the foul. If he misses this, they got the ball again, so their strategy would work.
He did miss. Quincy going after it. Ellis gets it back and walks. 1:05 on the clock. It's a 5-point Lincoln lead.
Tigers are giving him every chance, Frank.
Quincy must hit a shot. 1 minute. Jones. He missed. And Harris rebounds for the Tigers. The Blue Devils unable to connect. At 46 seconds, a foul on Jones.
Well, Frank, I was just going to say the one guy out there I would not foul was Rodney Chavis because he's had such a good game, but we'll see if he can put him down now.
He shoots 72% at the free throw line. He's the best foul shooter on their team.
We'll see how catchy these misses are. I mentioned before a couple times it was contagious.
It's a 1 and bonus. Nobody home, but Ellis got the rebound. The crusher for Quincy is they didn't get the ball back. Another foul on Jones, 1 and bonus. Rogers will shoot.
Quincy's got to be careful for it, too. They got to be sure they're going after the ball because you don't want the official to call an intentional foul because an intentional foul now would be 2 shots and they'd get the ball out of bounds. This 1-and-1 situation, that's what they want.
In the fourth quarter, the Tigers are 2 of 8 free throw shooting. Three for 9.
I was going to say 2 out of 8, and one of them was off the backboard, if you remember. That was a big free throw. Now it's 6. Although this one, right now we're at 3 possessions.
That was
this
Jones.
one would make it 4.
And that was Jones' 4th foul. It's a miss, but Ellis has got it again. 2 middle track rebounds, and Ellis is fouled. And all of a sudden, it's rebound and foul, a parade to the line by the Tigers.
You know, actually, East St. Louis is lucky because the rebounds are long rebounds, and they're coming out to that second man, their man, in the free throw lane. If they have a little bit better touch on the free throw, it'd be rolling around, and Quincy would have a better chance of getting it. But they're long rebounds, and then therefore East St. Louis has a better chance because of their size.
And there's the 5th foul on Chris Doan. Bias had already fouled out, and 10. Chris Jones with 4 fouls.
Todd Thompson checks in for Quincy wearing number 44.
He's a 6-foot junior. This is Ellis trying to convert his first free throw. Almost got another rebound. Quincy loses it. Who's got it? Bailey. 30 seconds to play. Lincoln by 6. Missed. Lathan missed. Ellis up ahead. Here he comes. Whoa! Jason Gay took it away with 20 seconds.
Ellis should have spotted his teammate coming down the other lane on the left side, but he wanted to take it all by himself.
Well, I think Ellis could see a gigantic dunk shoot.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to treat everybody in the stadium here to one of those.
Quincy has only scored 4 points in the period, and that's been the story. The count is on. Harris grabs the ball. Wheels it across the court, and a foul on James Bailey.
Good athletic move that time by Ellis, who took a low pass and just kind of shoveled it out to his guard mate.
As we indicated at the top of the show, Lincoln beat Quincy 64-56 at the Collinsville Christmas tournament. That was an 8-pointer. Chambers can hit 2 here. It'll be an 8-pointer now. Both Chicago King and East St. Louis Lincoln have seemed to have what they needed when they needed it. 8-point lead. Gay goes all the way. The ball's on the floor. He puts it up and in. And timeout Quincy. With 8 seconds to go, we'll come back and conclude. One of your network sponsors, the American Dairy Association of Illinois.
Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick. Yeah. Whoa. The goodness of milk is a real health kick. calcium and vitamins and loving it all. Looking good. Well, come on, everybody, milk that kick. Health kick, do that kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick.
Coach, a game Quincy team, but too much size somehow for Lincoln in this game.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a miracle now. We're 6 down. We got 8 seconds to go. But, you know, I was noticing Jerry Leggett before when Doan fouled out. He put his arm around him and was talking to him. You know, the Quincy players should be very happy with themselves, and I think the coach was just telling the players that.
There's the score. That score will likely put the Tigers of East St. Louis Lincoln in our championship game tonight against the defending state champions from Chicago Kings. And that will be Star Wars.
Well, it's going to be an interesting game, but, you know, I think there's 2 questions, one for each team. As far as King goes, will somebody besides Liberty come to play? And for East St. Louis, this free throw shooting, and I don't think they can do that tonight and win.
All right. First, the conclusion of this one, and right away, East St. Louis calls timeout. They weren't being able to get the ball inbound.
Quincy has not given up, and they're not gonna.
With 8 seconds to play, East St. Louis Lincoln got an exceptional game from Chris Rogers today, exceptional game from Rodney Chavis, and so they have shown that they have balance on this team, although they're not showing depth.
Right, and then you mentioned Rodney Chavis, and remember the point guard for King, Carl Stanley, wasn't it? You know, you don't hear much about him, although Rodney Chavis had a great game scoring-wise in a lot of different ways today. But yesterday we didn't really notice him that much. But I'm telling you, I just really think, and I've believed this as a coach for a long time, the point guard is the most important player you have on your team because he controls things, he's a leader. Whether he scores a lot or not, he's still a very important player because he communicates with the coach, and the other players look to him for leadership.
Jerry Leggett's chalkboard has had some of the most interesting plays in basketball over the years, and he's still in there teaching as Benny Lewis will move on here. Benny Lewis coached this team to the state championship in 81-82 with a 29-1 record, and then they lost the quarterfinals the next year. Last year they lost in the super sectional to Carbondale, so this is a great program down at East St. Louis Lincoln, and the traditional Quincy powerhouse, 26th appearance in the Sweet 16, the most by anybody. The third place game will feature St. Joe against Quincy in a real shootout possibility.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun game, too. They're going to both be playing teams that aren't a lot bigger than they are. I think they'll enjoy it.
I think the shooting percentage is likely to be eye-popping.
Uh-oh.
Will this be a dunk? No. 2 seconds to go in the game. The Tigers are in the title game. We'll be back. One of your network sponsors, Deutz Alice.